session, we'll explore practices specifically designed to enhance the spiritual well-being of a human being, especially for those who are at the end stage of life. When faced with a terminal illness, individuals often grapple with questions like, why me? These overwhelming thoughts can disrupt peace of mind, hindering healing and diminishing the quality of life for both patients and caregivers. At this critical juncture, it is essential for healthcare providers to help patients and their families understand certain universal principles or laws. These universal principles includes law of karma, law of forgiveness, law of gratitude and acceptance, and practicing yam and niyam for developing positive attitude. When we speak of spiritual health, it is vital for our existence because it provides a deep sense of purpose, inner peace, and connection, which can greatly enhance overall well-being. It helps individuals navigate life's challenges with resilience, fostering a sense of belonging and encouraging personal growth. By nurturing spiritual health, people can achieve a more balanced life, cultivate meaningful relationships, and find fulfillment beyond material and physical achievements, contributing to a more harmonious and enriched existence. Nurturing spiritual health involves a variety of practices that enhance inner growth and connection. Some of the common practices one can include in daily life to enhance their spiritual health is meditation and mindfulness. Engage in regular meditation or mindfulness exercises to help quieten the mind, increase self-awareness, and connecting with one's inner self. You can also include prayer. For many, prayer is a way to seek guidance, express gratitude, and connect with a higher power or universal force. There are gratitude practices by which regularly acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of life can enhance overall well-being and foster a sense of spiritual fulfillment. Spending time in nature can be a powerful way to feel connected to the larger universe and spiritual solace. And then, law of forgiveness, which aims at emphasizing the importance of letting go of resentment and anger towards others, as well as oneself. It suggests that forgiveness can lead to emotional healing, personal growth, and improved relationships. By releasing negative feelings, individuals can create space for compassion and understanding, ultimately promoting a sense of peace and well-being. And then there is the universal law of karma, which is to incorporate law of acceptance. So we begin with the theory of karma, which is a crucial aspect in maintaining the spiritual health of the subject. What does the law of karma say? So the theory of karma says that every action, either good or bad, bears the appropriate fruit or result either immediately or in future. When this fruit of a previous action ripens, its effect is irreversible. One has to undergo it. No force in the universe can change its course. It is better at this time to accept the situation as an unavoidable one and flow with it as best as we can. The spiritual principle, do good, be good, is preached by all religion and spiritual movements in the world. The theory of karma applies to all, without any exception. According to the theory of karma, a negative thought pattern hastens the maturation process of the fruits of past ill actions, resulting in a disease. Some people believe terminal illness like cancer to be a karmic condition. This applies to small children and saints like Ramakrishna Paramhans and Sri Raman Maharshi too. We still have an opportunity to influence the outcomes of our karma while it remains in its dormant stage before it fully manifests. By developing our attitude through the first two principles of Raj Yoga, which is yam and niyam, we can shape and transform the potential effects of our karma. Let's now discuss the two essential limbs of Ashtanga Yoga that, while they appear first in Patanjali's Eightfold Path, are being highlighted here due to their crucial role in shaping our attitudes and guiding the quality of our lives. The yam and niyam are the basic building block of every spiritual system. Only with their observance can peace, harmony, and long-lasting prosperity survive. Without them, individuals may struggle with a mindset that leads to suffering and difficulty. Yamas consists of self-restraints or ethical guidelines, and niyam involves personal disciplines. These yamas help to harmonize the social environment, and niyamas help to harmonize the inner environment and transform the personality and attitudes. Without adhering to these foundational practices, the mind cannot attain the necessary quietude and focus. These 5 yamas are satya, ahimsa, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. And the 5 niyamas are shauch, santosh, tapa, swadhyay, and ishwar pranidhan. As a first step on the spiritual journey, it is best to choose just one yam and niyam and try to perfect them over a period of time. Choose any of them starting with the quality you feel most attached to will make the task easier. During this time, the remaining yamas and niyamas will automatically start flowering in your personality. You will find that you also grow stronger internally. The question is, how to observe yamas and niyamas in everyday life? Let's take yama first and delve deeper into the 5 social conducts. Ahimsa. Ahimsa is the first yama, which means non-violence, which is to be observed not just at the physical level, but also at the speech and thoughts level. Violence can occur in action, in speech, and in thoughts. Violence is a reaction when a desire or attachment is not fulfilled. Developing non-attachment leads to a non-reactive nature and to ahimsa. Ahimsa comes from strength and fearlessness, from care, love and consideration felt for others, and from a willingness to cooperate. Observe your thoughts, speech, and action to negate violence inside you so that our inner self fills with love and compassion. The next yama is satya or truthfulness. Truthfulness has various levels as well, which is truthfulness in speech, observing complete truthfulness, that is, abstaining from hiding the truth or telling a half-truth, modifying the truth, or even coloring the truth with personal opinions. Then speaking the truth in the right manner and in the right time, and be aware of speaking unpleasant truth which can be hurtful, such as calling a blind. By observing satya, one can be established in truthfulness, which reap many benefits of peace and self-righteousness, and eliminates fear, which triggers weakening of immune system. The next yama is asteya or not stealing. So, not stealing someone else's belongings, including non-material possessions, not stealing someone else's ideas or words, not stealing someone else's opportunity by using unfair means. All of these non-stealing comes under the yama, which is asteya, the yama of asteya. The motive is important than the act. This yama means total honesty. Consuming more than one's needs can also mean stealing at times. Let's understand the yama of brahmacharya now. So, brahmacharya in its limited aspect means celibacy. In a broader and more appropriate sense, it means reducing sense enjoyments to the extent that the mind can remain established in spiritual pursuits. Brahmacharya can also be understood as walking towards the divine, as Brahm means God and charya means to walk. The type of food we eat, adequate and appropriate physical activity, associating with saintly people, and exposure to sensual, tempting environments are important factors which influence this practice. Like the other yamas, brahmacharya needs to be observed in thoughts as well as in action or in speech. Practice of this yam induces a sense of oneness, thereby creating harmony and balance at cellular level, reducing the chances of fatal diseases. The fifth yam is the yama of aparigraha, which means possessing only the bare minimum. Parigraha means the desire to possess more, is the root cause of all the sufferings. Aparigraha can be external and material or internal and subtle. It arises from non-attachment and non-motivation. Practice of this yama helps in creating a sense of space where peace, security and self-belief resides, which fosters overall well-being. So, we've understood the 5 yamas, the social conduct which helps one develop an attitude of positivity and acceptance. Now, let's briefly understand niyama, which are also 5 in number. The first niyama is shauch, means cleanliness. The term is generally used for personal hygiene and cleanliness of the surroundings or external cleanliness. Internal cleanliness can be achieved by yogic shatkarmas through neti, shankh prakshalan, kunjal, nauli, tratak, etc. Soon as we begin to cleanse ourselves internally, our thoughts and behavior also changes to positive. Positive forces in the cosmos are attracted to a clean place and a clean person. The second niyam is santosh or contentment. Contentment in whatever we have and in whatever we experiencing. We all need to have spontaneous, not forced acceptance and trust in a higher force to successfully practice santosh. Practice of this niyama prepares one to accept the events of life positively. Not having santosh or contentment create high levels of stress, which is the root cause of any disease. Next niyam is the niyam of tapa, which is also known as austerity, the practices that we diligently follow in being continuing to the path of our spiritual way. It reflects self-control and the ability to tolerate any physical condition. Tapa can be external and physical or internal and mental. It strengthens and purifies the body and mind and accelerates spiritual growth. Tapa is not just physical or mental torture, but a practice to gradually increase endurance. Fourth niyam is swadhyay or self-study, observing or analyzing oneself. Swa means self and adhyaya means study. It also means studying various scriptures, sacred scriptures, which are essential for the process of transformation and spiritual growth. The last and the fifth niyama is the niyama of Ishwar Pranidhana or surrender to the divine or God, which means having total faith in higher reality and accepting everything that happens as God's wish. No situation or event is rejected or condemned. Instead, we try to discover the lesson behind adversity. Surrender to God is expressed in thought, feeling and action. So, these were all about yamas and niyamas, which develops our attitude and understanding towards the various cosmic laws of karma, law of acceptance and gratitude, which ultimately reflects in our character and makes our life even more meaningful. Understanding, awareness, persistent effort and self-analysis are the 4 pillars to success in any spiritual practice. Do not lose heart when you do not succeed. Continue your efforts with fresh zeal and determination. So, up till now, we've understood the concept or the law of karma and how the fruits, either good or bad, of our past karmas can be accepted easily with the practice of yamas and niyamas, which are the first two foundational limbs of Ashtanga Yoga. So, we are now covering the law of forgiveness. Law of forgiveness is a transformative principle that emphasizes releasing resentment and granting pardon to others as well as oneself. It is based on the understanding that holding on to grudges and anger only perpetuates suffering and hinders personal growth. Forgiveness is a crucial concept often emphasized for its profound impact on emotional and spiritual well-being. Forgiveness is not merely about letting go of grudges, but also about healing oneself from the internal wounds caused by anger, resentment, depression, and hatred. Holding on to anger and resentment can indeed contribute to the development of disease, both mentally and physically. Especially in palliative care, the law of forgiveness holds significant value as it profoundly impacts the emotional and psychological well-being of patients, their families and caregivers. Forgiveness, both towards oneself and others, can facilitate healing and provide comfort in end-of-life situations. One can practice forgiveness every day or whenever he or she feels the hurt inside. So this can be practiced by acknowledging the hurt, recognizing and accept the pain or offense without denial or suppression. Here, honesty is required. Be honest to all the hurt and pain that you're feeling. One should not try to suppress. And then empathize with it. Try to understand the perspective of the person who hurt you, acknowledging their human fallibility. Then, after acknowledging, one has to release the resentment by consciously choosing to let go of anger and bitterness, understanding that holding on to these emotions affects your own well-being more than it affects the other person. And if appropriate, express your feelings to the person involved, aiming for resolution and mutual understanding. And then at the last, it's very important to forgive your own self, address any self-blame or self-loathing thoughts or guilt you might be carrying, understanding that forgiveness is also about self-compassion. By integrating these practices into your daily life, you can foster emotional freedom and create space for healing and positive relationships. After understanding the law of forgiveness, we'll also try to briefly understand the law of gratitude, which plays a greater role, a crucial role in palliative care. What is gratitude? Gratitude involves recognizing and appreciating the positive aspects of life, even in challenging circumstances. By practicing gratitude every day in your life, one can have significant therapeutic benefits, especially in end-of-life care settings. How can it help in benefiting end-of-life settings? Let's see. It helps enhancing emotional well-being. So, practicing gratitude can help shift your focus from distressing symptoms and emotional pain to moments of joy and appreciation. For patients in palliative care, expressing gratitude for moments of comfort, acts of kindness from caregivers, and cherished memories can foster a sense of peace and contentment. Practicing gratitude helps improving relationships as it strengthens relationships between the patients, their families, and healthcare providers as well. When patients and families express appreciation for the support and care they receive, it fosters a positive and compassionate atmosphere. This improved communication and emotional connection can make the care experience more fulfilling for everyone involved. Gratitude also helps reducing stress. It has been shown to reduce stress and anxiety, which is especially beneficial for patients facing serious illnesses. By focusing on what they are thankful for, patients can experience reduced levels of stress and improved emotional resilience, contributing to a better overall experience in palliative care. Practicing gratitude also helps promoting the positive outlook of our being. Even in the face of terminal illness, finding aspects to be grateful for can help patients maintain a positive outlook. This shift in perspective can enhance their overall sense of well-being and dignity, allowing them to face their condition with greater acceptance and inner peace. And then at the last, gratitude also encourages reflective practices. In palliative care, gratitude practices such as keeping a gratitude journal or engaging in reflective conversations can provide patients with a sense of purpose and closure. Reflecting on positive experiences and meaningful moments can be a powerful way to find comfort and meaning in their final days. So, by integrating the law of gratitude into palliative care, patients and their families can experience a richer, more positive end-of-life experiences, finding solace and meaning despite the challenges of serious illness. Thank you.